A blockbuster hit and an improving economy are adding up to a big year at the box office. Erik, Childress, Vice President of the Chicago Film Critics Association, is back on set with us for Movies and Money on this Thursday. And you believe this could be a record year at the box office. What signs are you seeing? Well,
very much so, because if you go back a couple years to 2010, which is the second biggest box office numbers that we've had on record, not counting 2009, where Avatar sort of gave the box office a boost that year. In 2010, there are a lot of parallels between the films that have been released this year and the numbers we're seeing. Alice in Wonderland was a big March hit in 2010, and now we're seeing The Hunger Games, which is even exceeding those levels.
It was an exceptional weekend at the box office for Hunger Games, bringing in $152 million when all was totaled up. So how does this film do an encore this weekend?
Well, word of mouth is going to be right now pretty excellent on the film. So I see no reason why this film is not going to, even with a big drop this weekend, be #1. And by Sunday night, will probably be up $250 million, which will be 10 days or less, the only non-sequel in film history to achieve that.
Let's take a look at the other numbers from the weekend. 21 Jump Street. What is it about this film that's keeping it up in the top 5?
People must think it's funny. You know, I thought it was sporadically funny at best, but people, it was a very good hold for a movie that late. Yeah.
$20 million there. Dr. Seuss's The Lorax, which you love, $13 million. John Carter, $5 million. Wow, what a dismal experience.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Act of Valor at $2 million. And coming up this weekend at the box office, Mirror, Mirror. Any hope there?
I don't know how much hope there is critically for the film. They're not screening the film, at least here in Chicago, until just Wednesday night, which is usually not a good sign, because they usually try to curb reaction as much as they can the later they screen something. Wrath of the Titans is going to beat it this weekend at the box office.
Well, how well will that Wrath of the Titans hold up against Hunger Games then?
Well, I think Wrath of the Titans is going to come in second behind the Hunger Games. So the Clash of the Titans, the remake a couple years ago in 2010, opened to $61 million, went on to do $163 million at the box office. I think the numbers are going to be a little less this weekend. I don't know if there was that big a demand for it. Probably somewhere in the upper 40s, I'm thinking, and probably maybe around $135 million when it's all said and done.
I just wondered, because I would think that maybe it would steal some of the audience away. I see some parallels in the audience.
It will, but when word of mouth is that good, and the expectations have been so high with the Hunger Games, there's no reason to suspect that movie's going to drop so far that Wrath of the Titans is going to overtake it. I think Hunger Games wins easily this weekend.
Erik Childress, Vice President of the Chicago Film Critics Association, thank you for watching the movies for us.
You're welcome.